Hi guys, my name's Ash and I am the designer behind Ray and Nova. So I just wanted to make this video to go over a little sort of review slash recap of my last pop-up at Kenji in the Trafford Centre. So it has now been a month since the pop-up started, so I thought let's go through everything, see what we've learned, and share a little bit of the experience with you guys and with other artists or small businesses that are also looking about going down this route and working with Kenji themselves, because I do really recommend them, and I think it's important to share experiences, positive and negative, with anyone you work with. So this is actually my third pop-up with Kenji and my second time at the Trafford Centre. My last time was last October. Yeah, October. And it went really well. I am really happy with how this one went overall, but there was a couple of bumps in the road, so nothing went smoothly. So to start with, this pop-up was actually meant to be from the 9th of July to the 22nd, I want to say. Roughly that. So that's when it was supposed to be, and I got an email around the 30th of May saying, "Can't wait to see you in store in a couple of weeks." And I was like, hang on, what? I checked the dates that they put in the email, and it was different to the email that we'd previously had where we arranged everything, and quickly emailed them back thinking they'd emailed the wrong person by mistake or something like that. And a mistake was made, but it wasn't them emailing the wrong person. So instead of me being put as the first slot of July, I've been put as the first slot in June. So as you can imagine, I was panicking. I had about a week and a half, including the weekend. So I found out on May 30th that I was meant to be doing the Kenji pop-up in a week and a half. I was going on holiday on the 6th. So we were going to Windermere, so thankfully it was, I mean, it's not local, but it's close enough we can drive back. It's not like Cornwall or abroad, so that was the only way I was able to do it, really. So we went to Windermere on the 6th, but that meant that I only had a week, in fact less than, really, because I'm also looking after a 2-year-old and a 4-month-old, well, at the time 3-month-old. So I had a week to do all stock, and I had no stock at all. I didn't even have backup stock because I'd just sent all of my backup stock to keep it local that week. So I thought, oh, there's no point in me keeping a hold of it. I'll be making more stock over June to do Kenji in July. That's no problem. And obviously that kind of shot me in the foot. So I just crammed and made as much stock as I could. There was quite a few products that I wasn't able to do, which I was a bit upset about, but given the time restraints and everything that happened, I was still really happy with the amount I was able to do. So we went to the Lake District on the 6th, and I took Kenji stuff with me, as in I took stuff that I could make. So I took my badge maker, and I was making badges whilst there on holiday for that weekend and during the week and stuff. And on the Monday morning, so on the morning of the 9th, me and my partner drove back from Windermere to Manchester. We left the 2-year-old with her grandparents because they were on holiday with us, and we took the 3-month-old with us, and I set up that morning. And I was really happy with how my display looked. It looked a bit empty, I'm not gonna lie, because I didn't get to make as many products as I wanted and the variety that I wanted, but there was still like enough there that it was worth me doing. It didn't look empty, it just looked not as full as I wanted it. So that was, yeah, I'm happy with how it looked. I think the tablecloth being added, which I didn't have last time on the display because I was using it for an event, I think made a big difference. It just added that nice block of colour that really sort of like showed my brand, and I'm really happy that I did that. So in total, I was able to make art prints, stickers, badges, and I didn't make these, but I ordered them, sticker sheets. So there's a company called STICKIPLY in the UK, and they are amazing. I've been looking for more UK based stockists anyway, for the rare times that I do have to order stock and I can't make it myself, either due to time restraints or physically can't make it myself. And I've been following him on TikTok pretty much since he started, and this was my first experience ordering from him. So I ordered some Pride Cat sticker sheets. They came on the day before I found out about Kenji, because I'd ordered them in advance of other things, just out of, oh, I want to get these done for June, let's get them for Pride. And I was so happy with the quality, and then when I found out about Kenji, I was like, right, I'm going to place another order today. So I sent him a message and I was like, hey, is there any way you can make them in time for this Kenji pop-up? And he did. He was so amazing, and the quality of the products is just, it's really good. I'm really, really happy with them, especially for the price. I think he's more than fairly priced. I'm really happy with it anyway. So I highly recommend him. STICKIPLY, go on. I'll put a referral code in the description box as well. Just, I can't remember what you get. I think you get 10% off. I'll put on screen what you get. But if you want to do that, I really recommend him. He is honestly amazing. Okay, so the things that we didn't get to make. So I didn't get to make any coasters, which I'm really, really upset about, because I really like my coasters and they do well at Kenji. I didn't get to make any tumblers, another thing I'm very upset about, but it is what it is. And I also didn't get to make any tote bags, which I really wanted to make my You Are Worthy Pride tote bag, as I thought that would do really well there, but it is what it is. Can't really change it. With all that in mind, I'm really happy with how everything looked. So I had like my sticker sheets in the centre. I'll put a picture up anyway of how it looked. But I had sticker sheets in the centre. I had my logo below. I also had like an about me above with like the price list. Annoyingly, the price list was including all the types of products I have, so not all the products were there. But it is what it is. I didn't want to make a new one just for that. Yeah, I was really, really happy with how it looked overall. And it was a really good experience. So in total, I ended up selling 92 large badges, which might not seem like a lot to some people. It might seem like a lot to some people, I don't know. But considering I had a limited amount and range and stuff, I was really happy with that. And I also sold 72 stickers, individual stickers, which I was incredibly happy with. I think that's the best I've ever done for stickers in like a single event. And I also sold 27 of the new sticker sheets. So that was a variety, and the most popular one was my Hamilton one. Overall, I was very happy. If you don't want to hear about money, feel free to just sort of skip forward. I'll put here what you skip forward to. But if you do want to know how much I made, I will tell you now. So in total, we had £520 worth of sales, which isn't a lot for 2 weeks, but considering the amount of products I was able to put out, I was very, very happy with that. Now, when you work with Kenji as part of the Makers Kiosk, you don't pay anything up front, but they do take a commission. So, and you pay VAT. You pay VAT as well. So after VAT and commission, I got £303. Now, that's not a massive amount, I'll admit, but for me it's very worth it, because I get that little bit of a cash boost, and also I've got the value of sort of being in front of a lot of people who are kind of in my target audience. My target audience is very much people who like cute things, people who appreciate art, and you know, I feel like a lot of those type of people do shop at places like Kenji. So even just for the exposure alone, for me, that balances it out. I do really feel like it's worth it, but it's to each their own. Judge it based on your business. Don't judge it based on mine, because obviously everyone, even if we're in the same sort of niche, everyone's got their own thing and everyone's business is a bit different. yeah, all that aside, I was really happy with it. So one of the main high points that I just want to mention, so I went to do a restock one weekend because I obviously knew I didn't have a lot of stock. So I carried on making stock whilst in the Lake District after it was set up, and I did a restock on the following Monday. And whilst there, I was approached by a lovely woman and her daughter, and they complimented my work and my sticker sheets and everything, and it really meant a lot. And it's things like that that make me really enjoy doing events in person. I know this wasn't necessarily an in-person event, but it just, because she specifically complimented the sticker sheets, which were a new product I was a bit nervous about, it really meant a lot. And I'm very awkward when it comes to accepting compliments and things, so I was just like, thank you. But I do appreciate it. So if anyone ever speaks to me and I seem really awkward, that's not me being dismissive or unappreciative, that's me being so awkward and not knowing what to say. But I do really appreciate it, and it really meant a lot, the fact that they'd specifically gone out of their way to come and speak to me when they saw I was restocking. And yeah, I don't know, it made my heart happy, so it really made a big difference. So my next pop-up is actually with Kenji in September. So that's at the Manchester Roundale. It starts on the 1st of September and is running until the 14th. And I will have so many more products for that one than I did for this one. So, but in the meantime, before then, I have, what do I have? So I've got my Keep It Local stores up and running. They're just constant there. So I've got one in Warrington and one on Stoke-on-Trent. And then I also have MegaCon Manchester in a couple of weeks. So that's the 26th and 27th of July. As of recording this, it's 2 weeks away. But by the time you're seeing this, I think it'll be about a week and a half, a week away. I'm very excited for that. It'll be my biggest event yet. I'm having a booth, so yes, I've already planned lots of products and I've made lots of products, and I'm very excited for it. And what else do I have? So then I've got Geek Bazaar in Liverpool on the 3rd of April. On the 3rd of August, we're not in April, 3rd of August, and then I've got Wigan Summer Comic Con, 23rd of August, and then we're doing Kenji again on the 1st of September, followed by the 20th and 21st of September we have Wales Comic Con, not to be confused with Comic Con Wales. Wales Comic Con, it is near Wrexham in Llangollen. I am probably going to get murdered by Welsh people for mispronouncing that, but I do try. I do love Wales, but I'm just really bad with pronunciation. I can't even pronounce most English words, so please don't take that to heart. But all of those events are upcoming. I'm very excited about them. If you want to keep up to date with where I am and what I'm doing as well, Instagram is probably your best bet, or TikTok. So I'm more regular on there. Obviously over here, I tried to start really well at the beginning of the year, and then I had the issues with this one who made an early appearance, and it just kind of threw a spanner in the works. So I ended up stop posting it for a bit, and then I wanted to get back into it, but I couldn't find the time. So hopefully we'll start getting back to a bit more normality now that I'm starting to do events again, but it's still not going to be as regular here as it is going to be on Instagram and TikTok. So highly recommend you follow us over there, and I really appreciate you sitting down and listening to me talk for the last 15 minutes. It's really appreciated. Yeah, I'll see you next week. Bye.